Hello, and today we're going to digitize a little whimsical fish in Embird Studio. So the first thing that we need to do is go into Embird Studio, and we're going to import an image. This is an image that I had purchased from Country Life Graphics. We're going to import the flat background, which is actually the JPEG. The one that says fish 3 clear, that's a PNG, and when you bring it in, the background will show all black. So let's get started. We are going to quickly try to digitize this front little fin here. Just do it quick. And we're going to make sure that we leave our little bit of an overlap so that when we do this other orange, that everything will be covered very well. We're going to make that a 10-degree angle of stitching. Since it ends right here, I'm going to just do a run line down to the other fin so that the machine can just stitch and not have to do a thread cut and jump. Uses a little bit more thread, but it does actually stitch out a little bit faster. So we'll go ahead and do this little fin. Again, making sure that we have some of that overlap. We're going to, since we did the other one at a positive 10, we're going to do this one at 170. It will just be kind of going in a different direction. Generate the stitches. We are going to select them all and group them. Assign the color first from a background, then from a color catalog. We're going to go with this pumpkin color. Oh no, let's go with jasmine. So we have the first part, the fin's done. Now next we're going to actually start on the fish. So we will just kind of come over here, follow the lines. Do it very quickly. It's your design. You can keep it on the lines if you want. You can enhance it a little bit. Keep accidentally throwing a separate node in there, which I don't really want. And we're just coming on around. See what that looks like. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a node here and put my endpoint here. I don't like this long dotted line here, so let's go into the parameters. I'm actually going to change the fill a little bit. I'm going to use fill 2, but I'm going to do an angle of -5 degrees. I can live with that one. We're going to go back and try to do a color from the image and see what we come up with. And do the catalog. I think I'm going to do this golden poppy color. I think it's a little bit more of a contrast. I mean, you can see they're close, but they're not the same. So next thing we're going to do will be these little highlights, which is going to be marks on the for the mouth, the gills, things like that. I'm going to make them red work, generate the stitches, and then I'm going to do a create backward path. That way it will do the red work twice over there and make it a thicker line so that it stands out. That's a personal preference. Sometimes you could do just the one if you wanted to. And see, I mean, it's your design. Play with it. See what you like. So, just hurry and get these. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I didn't do a backward path on that one. Let's do this one. Red work. Generate your stitches. Create your backward path. Oops, I'm sorry. Selected the incorrect one. Do the backward path. I'm just going to try to knock these last ones out really quick. If you forget to change your single run to the red work, you can go back into the parameters and change it. You've seen me do that a couple of times. No big deal. There's multiple ways to do things in Embird, which is one of the reasons that I really like this digitizing program. Okay, so we have all of these right now. We're going to group them together and we're going to try to pick out a color from this image. I'm not sure what color it's going to come up with, so actually let's look at the entire thing. 3D. I don't know if that's going to be quite the contrast that I want, so let's look at the colors in the catalog. Let's go with the sienna brown. It's a little bit darker than that old gold, and it shows up a little bit more. Okay, so now the last thing that we have to do is this eye. One of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to punch a hole in the background for this eye, and I'm going to do that by actually selecting the large portion of the fish body, and then I'm going to select this icon over here that has the little hole in it, and this will allow you to cut your hole so that you don't have such a thick stitch right here. But remember, we do want to leave a little bit of an overlap so we won't cut all the way to the end. When you generate your stitches, now you see that hole is done. Next, I'm going to work on the black part of the eye. I can never get a good true circle digitized, so I'm going to bring in a circle from the shapes that are available, and I'm going to shrink this down and try to get it to size. It's a little too small. That looks pretty close. I can live with that. Get right up on the bottom. I am going to make this an auto column, so it'll be satin stitches. The color PF 900 is black, which is what that is. So we will pick that. And as you can see, it's right there. So we're about to do this little white part around here. I wanted to get the black of the eye in before I do this. And I'm going to make sure that this white is going to slightly overlap this black, because we're going to be actually moving the black to the front after I get this digitized. We're just wanting to make sure that we get good coverage on this stitch out. So that's why I normally do the eye first. I'm going to do my auto column again, generate stitches. I know that I want this color to be PF 801, which is ice cap. They're ultra bright white. Now I'm going to select the black portion of the eye. I'm going to do order and move to front. So there you have Digitize, a whimsical little fish. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something today, and we will talk to you later. Bye.